Yes, no! Yes, Pakistan has just bombed India. I repeat, Pakistan has just bombed India. 8 different missiles, massive casualties. This is not good. This is not good. And the thing is, India fired the missiles into Pakistan. So there was 2 things going on here. Pakistan getting ready to hit India had already massacred people at Kashmir, and now India has just fired 8 missiles into Pakistan. I think I said it opposite when I first came on here, and I didn't mean to do that. So India, you knew, I told you, India was going to respond. Now, earlier today, I did a video because I had super intelligence, government intelligence, that Pakistan was going to go on a massive offensive against India. India, though, has jumped the gun first, which India says they had the right to do because of the massacre of their people in Kashmir. Now, let me tell you all about that in just a second. But first, let me put a shout out right now for www.pastorpaulgold.com. That's www.pastorpaulgold.com. Here's the hard truth, guys. Every 6 years, your dollar loses half its buying power. That means $100,000 by the year 2031 will be worth about $50,000. This is the hard truth. So, you go fill up your tank, you look at the groceries, pay your bills, everything's going up, 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 while the dollar's going down, down, down. There's something's got to give here. And that's why you need to trust gold. It's God's currency. It's the original currency of the Bible. It's a biblical currency, gold. God used it to pave the streets of gold in heaven, poured gold over top the Ark of the Covenant. God used gold on the entire inside of the temple. I mean, this is the one asset that doesn't lose value. And so you might want to protect your savings accounts, your, going into this end times, you've got to have something to work with. And so gold. And listen, just go right now to www.pastorpaulgold.com. That's www.pastorpaulgold.com. Or call them on the phone at 877-646-5347. And Noble Gold they'll help you. There's no high pressure sales. There's no call centers. It's just honest guidance. And that's at www.pastorpaulgold.com. So again, Pakistan had already massacred people in India in Kashmir. Now, Pakistan on the brink of firing more missiles into India. India fires first, and they fire 8 missiles into Pakistani territory. The response is devastating. I've been looking at some of the, here's some of the pictures coming across the devastation. India fires 8 missiles across the border into Pakistan, killing at least 8 people in one location, destroying infrastructure that was being used by the Pakistani militants. Now, this is in response to the 26 people that were butchered by the Pakistanis. Now, especially in a couple of these locations, but India says that Pakistan's army started shooting at them and killed 3 of their people, 3 civilians. And India said that's enough. And they fired 8 missiles into Pakistan. And we know they've killed 8, but actually they believe that the casualty count will be much higher than that. Indian security officials say the Army, the Navy, the Air Force personnel are all using precision strike weapon systems, including drones, to carry out the strikes. So they're using missiles and drones. The officials said the intelligence agencies provided coordinates for the strikes and that all operations were executed from Indian territory into Pakistan. The officials said the strikes targeted the headquarters of a militant group called the Jaish-e-Mohammed. And the U.S. Secretary of State is now involved. The U.S. Secretary of State, of course, which is Marco Rubio, has just posted on X, "I am monitoring the situation between India and Pakistan very closely." Rubio continued, "I have echoed President Donald Trump's comments earlier that this hopefully ends quickly and will continue to engage with both the Indian government and the Pakistani leadership towards a peaceful resolution." Trump then said that he hopes the fighting will end very quickly and calls this a shame. Meanwhile, two other Indian airlines were also said that they were canceling their flights to the airports till possibly for the next few days to see, hopefully, that this doesn't blow into a major war between India and Pakistan. The world is bracing because both nations have nuclear weapons. Pakistani officials are saying dozens of 38 people are injured in one location, 8 people are dead in another location. There are 6 different locations that have been hit. Another report on television says 5 civilians were killed in a separate location, 3 others killed at another location. And so we do not really know what the death toll is. We do not know what the casualty count will be. But now, historically, you need to know, 1947, months after the British and India partitioned into a predominantly Hindu India and a Muslim majority Pakistan, the two young nations fought their first war over control of the Muslim majority Kashmir area, then a kingdom ruled by Hindu monarchy. The war killed thousands of people between Pakistan and India in 1948. That same time in 1948, Israel became a nation and was being attacked by Syria, Egypt, Jordan, and Lebanon. In 1949, the United Nations brokered a ceasefire line in Kashmir, dividing Kashmir in half between India and Pakistan, with the promise of a UN-sponsored vote that would enable the region's people to decide whether they want to be Pakistanis or Indian. That vote was never held. So they divided Kashmir in half. Half of it was given to Pakistan, half of it to India, and then the UN said, we're going to go hold a vote and let the people decide which side they want to live on. That vote never happened. The UN lied. In 1965, then the rivals began to fight a second war over Kashmir, which Kashmir, folks, is the most beautiful area in that entire Himalayan area. It is the most glorious. It's the next thing to the Garden of Eden almost. Thousands of people were killed in a conclusive fighting before a ceasefire was finally brokered by the Soviet Union, Russia, and the States. Negotiations then took place in January of 1966, ending with both sides giving back some of the territories they seized from each other during the war and withdrawing their armies. 1972, India and Pakistan signed a peace accord, renaming the ceasefire line in Kashmir as the line of control, heavily fortified stretch of military outposts that divide the region between both of them. Both sides deployed more troops along the frontier, turning it into a heavily fortified stretch of military outposts. In 1989, Kashmir descendants were supported by Pakistan, launched a bloody rebellion against India. Indian troops responded with brutal measures, intensifying diplomatic and military skirmishes between New Delhi and Islamabad. That's New Delhi, India, and Islamabad, Pakistan. Now, the region went through some more skirmishes. But tonight there's several massive explosions being heard. People are being wounded. People are being killed. There is a power outage, a complete blackout in that region, and it's total chaos. President Trump very upset. Secretary of State Marco Rubio involved right now. India's embassy in Washington, D.C. says that the country's national security advisor has spoken directly to U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio shortly after India hit Pakistan. The embassy in India says in a statement that India's actions were measured, responsible, and designed to be a non-escalating in nature. But Pakistani response is anger and responding. Pakistani officials said one missile struck a mosque in their city where a child was killed and a woman and a man were severely injured. The Pakistanis said, we will respond with aggression. So now here we go. Once again, war. Guys, if you guys remember earlier today, I did a video on my Patreon channel with information I had received from very government officials inside our government, which I cannot tell you the name of that individual or anything about the individual. I keep that completely secured. But I knew that something was about to happen. But the intel we got was Pakistan was going to smash India. But what happened tonight is India struck first. And they knew it was coming, so they jumped the gun, and they have hit Pakistan with 8 missiles. Pakistan, in turn, has fired at least one. There's shelling going on now between the armies of Pakistan and India, and this thing is off track. It's way off track. And so here we are, guys. The war, as I said today, the war in the Middle East is not over. Israel is in war with Iran. They've been fighting Iran's proxies, Islamic Jihad, Hamas, Hezbollah, Yemen, Syria, Iraqi drones, and Iran itself. And this thing is not over. There's still 59 hostages in Gaza. And 35 of them are dead and maybe more. And the war with Russia and Ukraine, that thing's not over. Trump's about ready to throw his hands up. Putin's making advancement. Ukraine just hit Russia. He just hit Moscow today with a ton of drones and explosions in Moscow. And so now you got India and Pakistan, and both of them are nuclear. They're nuclear countries. And they hate each other. And then you got China in the weeds, staring down Taiwan. And I'm telling you, if you didn't watch I can't say what I shared on my Patreon channel, so you'll need to go there and watch the Patreon video that I posted today to get an understanding of just what's getting ready to take place, what is happening, not just getting ready to, it is happening. Wars and rumors of wars. Can I just say this? There's 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. The second horse is the red horse of war. This thing is galloping. This horse is galloping. Are you serious? Are you seriously serious? Are you serious? Give your life to Jesus Christ. I'm going to say it one more time. We're running out of time. I talk about this stuff in my book, Revelation 9:11. You can get the book at Amazon.com. If you want to get an autographed copy of it, you can go to my website at PaulBegleyProphecy.com, and I'll autograph it. I'll give you a special note. I give everybody a different note, personalized. I'll send it to you if you want to go that route. Pray for India and pray for Pakistan. because I have two ministries I run, one out of India and one out of Pakistan. Jesus is coming soon. The rapture could be near.